Hi, my name is Tia Nelis, and I work at the Institute on Disability and Human Development, and I want to tell you about the LEN program. And LEN stands for Leadership, Educational, Neurological, Developmental Disabilities. And it's a program where people are in different categories. They do research, pediatricians, doctors, some social workers, family members are involved, and self-advocates. In LEND, you get many different opportunities. One of the things that you do is you have some leadership opportunities, some opportunities in the community, and also some time to spend learning about medical information that relates to people with disabilities. You have what they call a didactic opportunity to hear from many other speakers that talk about disabilities around autism, developmental disabilities, how to advocate for people, what kinds of important legislations out there to help people learn about disability and to advocate for what they believe in. Also, as a part of LEN, you have a leadership project that you are required to do, and with that leadership project you can do many different things around leadership. Some people choose to do it around leadership and advocacy, where they advocate for something or do a training around leadership and then present their project. Another thing that you're required to do is a policy. So that takes what you're talking about as a piece of legislation that's happening, and you write up a paper around that legislation and help advocate for that so that it gets passed. There are a lot of different ways that you could be involved in LEND and help fulfill the requirements of your different categories that you need to do. Some of that is leadership time, and the leadership time you can use some of your self-advocacy work that you do in the community and the presentations that you do around self-advocacy to talk to people about LEND and also be able to advocate and show your skills. You can also do trainings out there around leadership that fills your leadership requirements. Another thing that is in there is community time, and one of the great things about LEND also is that they give you some ideas of what you can do around each of those categories. So community time could be volunteering for somebody's training that they're doing. Also, you can volunteer for different groups that are out there, a self-advocacy group. You can volunteer some time for that, taking notes for them or doing a training with them. In our building, we have a family clinic, so there's a group that does autism advocacy, so some of the LEND trainees volunteer helping around autism and doing groups like that. The project I did for my leadership and policy project, I combined them together, and it's an opportunity to have self-directed supports in Illinois, which people will be telling others about the services that they want and they choose and the things that they want to do during their day. So the Alliance and full participation, along with many other self-advocacy groups in Illinois, People First of Illinois, joined together and are working on helping self-directed supports come in Illinois and make it be a reality. So that was my project, and then we did a couple of rallies around that and invited people to come and to sign on for support. And hopefully it's going to be written into the adult waiver in Illinois, and people in Illinois will have self-directed supports. the medical time that you have to go and do that time on Fridays. There you get an opportunity to learn about the medical side of advocacy, which many self-advocates don't always get an opportunity to do that. We learn about how to advocate and about our disability in a way to advocate and be more independent, but sometimes we don't get to learn about the medical profession. And that's a great opportunity to work with medical experts, where the medical field gets to learn from us about how to work with people with disabilities. It talks about working with your doctor and also speaking up for when, you can use some of that, of how you can advocate for, like telling the doctor that they need to speak to you when they're talking about what's happening, and also that you become a better advocate for your medical services. Also how important it is that they write down things that you need to write in there so that you receive the services that will help you get the things that you need. I think that it's really important for self-advocates to be a part of LEN because you learn from each other, and you share information that's important for each of the disciplines and the categories that you're in, to learn from each other and how to advocate for the things that are important to people with disabilities. Also, it gives you many great connections and new people to become friends with and interact with. I also did a leadership project on my Leadership Academy, and some LEN students came down and volunteered and took notes for me and took pictures so that I didn't have to worry about doing that, so that when I wrote my final report for my project, then I had all that information and I could concentrate on the training instead of worrying about how I was going to fit all that stuff in at the same time. I met many different people who worked with different social workers in the class, and that was something that I was interested in being involved in social work. So I got the opportunity to interact with them and find out more about what social work was about. And then, a really exciting thing is that you get to meet new people and educate them on connecting with each other and working on disability issues. One of the other things that is an important discipline to be in there is that they have family members, and family members usually that are in there have small children, and it's a great opportunity to encourage those family members as a self-advocate that their children can do things and they can speak up for themselves. So one of the things that I did is I did a videotape for one of the parents in LEN that her daughter was doing a rally around self-advocacy and people with disabilities advocating for what they wanted. And so I had that opportunity to do a videotape for the rally, so that when she did her rally, other self-advocates that couldn't be there were a part of that and showed their support. So after I graduated as a LEN trainee and was really excited about being a LEN trainee, I was kind of sad because I thought, oh, LEN's going to be over then. But the director, Dr. Cutler, said, oh, we would like to add you on as a staff person for the self-advocacy position, discipline. Well, before the self-advocacy discipline was to combine with the family member. And this year it's separate because they felt that it needed to have its own separate category. So they wanted to add a self-advocacy faculty member that has been through LEND and could help other self-advocates when they're going through LEND and have them be a part of LEND. I think that more self-advocates should get involved in LEND. It's a great learning opportunity, a great opportunity for you to grow and expand your leadership skills and teach others why it's important to work with people with disabilities. If you have any self-advocates that are interested in LEND and want to know more, you could contact me.